Hey team, Cam here from Training Tools. Hey, I wanted to talk you through one of our most recent releases, which is second set of our AI tools to help coaches do what they already do, but just a little bit faster. So this one is actually generative text to help coaches reply to workout comments or leave comments on the workouts. So I just want to say up front, this is not designed to automate the comment process on workouts for coaches. It's designed for coaches who do one-on-one coaching, who want to comment on customized coaching, and the tool is designed to save a bit of time, to save you typing what you might have typed anyway, but also maybe come up with some ideas. And if you're in a bit of a hurry sometimes to get some good comments in based on some templates that you use, or if you just need a quick workout comment. So the AI uses the client's training zones. It uses the data from the workout itself, things like their field score, their actual perceived effort, completed time and completed distance, compares that to the planned workout to help with the comments. Anyway, so first of all, I'll just use the this will work best if you give the AI as much information about the way you like to tone your comments, how you want to structure them. So it will write the comments that you want, as I said, to save you from typing the same thing that you normally type. So if you use a consistent structure with your comments, then it'll create that structure and you can just add in the bits that you want. Anyway, enough talking about it, I'll talk you through it. So let's just start with the raw suggestions. So we're calling them workout comment suggestions. It's not automating anything, as I said before. And then we'll go from there. We'll step through the customization so you can understand how the raw ones might seem a little bit generic, but then as you customize it to your own process, it'll be more and more accurate to the comments that you want. So let's just start off here. We've just got a workout here that an athlete has completed. So it's got a bunch of their data. It's got a field score in here, an actual perceived effort. He hasn't left any comments in here yet. So the first comment here will be from you. So we can click on here. And as I said, this is just really raw now, so this could come out quite generic. So I wouldn't advise anyone just to use it in this generic way, but I just want to compare the initial suggestions based on how it'll end up once we start customizing it. So you just pop up the new comment box and you can click on the suggest button. And so now the AI is reading the information about the workout. So nice work completing your long run, John. You covered, of course, passes in the client's name, it knows about the client. Covered just over 9Ks in 45 minutes, which is solid effort. Your pace of around approximately 450 per kilometre is impressive, especially given the planned variation in intensity. You maintain a consistent average power of 267 watts. So this athlete's got a running power meter, which is quite close to your threshold power of 270. So it's reading the threshold. Your heart rate was well managed, averaging around 143 beats per minute, right in line with your threshold. You indicated you felt normal during your run, which is a good sign of your conditioning. Keep up the great work. So you can see it's quite specific about the watts and the pace. A little bit generic, but it gets the gist of the workout and is giving some feedback here. We see after we generated this here, it gave this little warning here. So missing custom instructions. So as I said before, you want to put as many custom instructions in to give the AI as much context as you can about the way you want to reply to comments. So I've prepared some of these earlier. So to customize your own suggestions, you can click on the down arrow there and then just click the customize button. And here, so some general instructions first. So as it says here, enter general instructions on how to generate content for this context, e.g. use a casual tone, be assertive yet supportive, focus on the positive but don't ignore the negative. So that's just an example. I've pre-prepared this one here, so I'm just going to copy it, paste it in here. So my general instructions for my suggestions are: use a casual, friendly tone. I've built close, trusting relationships with the... So it's important to talk to the AI like it's a real person. Give it real context, like you were giving an assistant coach context about how you want things done. So use a casual, friendly tone. I have built close, trusting relationships with my clients, and we strive to be very honest and candid with each other, but always show respect. Keep things real, be positive, but remember athletes need to be kept accountable, as without good coaching feedback, they may not get the best results. For example, they might go too hard coming back from injury and push harder than prescribed intensities. So we need to make sure we keep that intensity in check and don't promote overtraining due to risk of injury. Don't be overly complimentary just to be polite. Accuracy and accountability are of the highest priority in a coach and client relationship. This sort of thing is important because AI tends to be on the safe side, so it doesn't really give you a lot of criticism. So if you can guide the AI into that sort of like what sort of balance you want to have there around being positive versus being keeping them accountable. So, and then the last bit here, you can mention the average pace speed from the activity, but don't be too literal about things. So you notice in that original one, it was a little bit literal around the timings and the distance and things that wasn't really necessary. So you don't always need to state the obvious, but you can allude to times and distances if they might be particularly insightful for a given activity. Okay, so I'm just saying that don't always say, oh, you did X miles and X time or whatever, because that's just stating the obvious and not particularly useful for your athletes. Okay, so that's the general instructions, and also you can create as many examples as you want. So for this, I would suggest copying and pasting in some of your existing comments, or just typing it out how you want a comment to look. Be as specific as you can, and you can add as many examples in here as you want, and as many situations that you think might come up in terms of replying to comments. I'm just going to add one example in here. So the examples has two sections for each example. So the first is the instructions. So you want to tell the AI what is this example for, and how and when to use it. So I'm going to this here, and you might want to describe the example in here as well. So in my example instructions, I put it, this example shows how I want to structure my initial comments on an activity. There should be 4 sections. First, a quick greeting. The second section should compare their completed data with planned data and compare any differences. The third should address any of their feedback, like their field score, their actual perceived exertion, and any other feedback they have given. The fourth and final section should summarize any action points or thoughts for the next planned activity, and any thoughts you have to help the client in future training. So giving it some good information there. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but when we send this to the AI for a suggestion, we include any comments that the client has already included on this workout, so it can actually answer any questions for you as well in the suggestion. All right, so now I'm going to paste in the actual example that we're talking about here. So that was the example instructions telling the AI how to use it. This one is the actual example. So just an example. Hey Dave, hope your week is going well. So that's the first section, the greeting. Looks like a solid workout. Distance and time was pretty spot on, but it looks like your intensity may have been a bit high overall. Let's keep a closer eye on the prescribed training intensities. You indicated your field score of good, so not much to note there, but your perceived exertion you indicated was a bit high at very hard. This should have been sitting around moderate or hard. Let me know if you have any more thoughts on the way it felt, why it felt so hard, and we can address. Overall, things are ticking along nicely. Let's just keep an eye on intensities, and I think we're on track for getting where we need to be at this stage of the training cycle. So just there we go. That's basically a specific example of my instructions there. So now I can save those. Make sure you save them. And now I'll come back to the workout here, and then let's try suggest again. So now I should be using my instructions and example. Now that came back really quickly. So here we go. Hey John, hope you're doing well. I noticed that your long run was a bit shorter than planned. So it's comparing the plan versus the accurate. So we had an hour-long run planned, and it was 44, just over 44 minutes. So it's picked that up and mentioned it. Your average pace was 450 per kilometre, which is a bit faster than prescribed easy effort for the first and last parts of the run. You mentioned feeling normal with a perceived exertion of 5, which suggests you're pushing a bit harder than intended. The effort scores and intensity factors also indicate that your workout was quite intense overall. For the next long run, let's aim to stick closer to the planned duration and pace. This will help ensure you're getting the intended training benefit without overexerting yourself. Keep up the good work, Alex. Focus on pacing and stay on track. So there you go. So it's fitted my template pretty well there. So that's an example. And of course you could put whatever instructions or examples of your own in this, and hopefully it'll match it up quite nicely. And of course you can quickly go in here. We never send any of these automatically, so it's entirely safe. You can just change it up. Even if you just wanted to use this as a way of as a template, and then you can go in and change the things that you want to change. So a lot of coaches use templates because they want to keep things consistent over time. So it's also a great way of doing that. So it's not really doing the coaching for you. It's just helping you with the things that you already do, but saving you a bit of time. Okay, so and then of course you can just save it like you normally would, and then that's going to send the comment like it normally does to the client. Let's just have another look at another one over here. So this is another workout. Got a bunch of data in it again. It's got planned and completed data. The client hasn't left any comments or intensity, any field scores or actual perceived exertion feedback on this. So let's just see what the AI comes up with if there's missing data or anything like that. So again, run the suggestion. It's using those templates again. Once you save those, they're saved in there. So hey John, hope you're doing well. I see you completed the 10k. Well, that's the name of the workout. Your total distance was just under 11k's, which is a bit more than planned. So there you go. Your average pace was around 5:16 per kilometre, which is solid but slightly faster than what was prescribed for the session. Your intensity factor was quite high, so that's coming from our load scoring, indicating you pushed harder than planned. No field score or perceived exertion was recorded, so it's hard to gauge how you felt during the workout. So that's a bit of a hint for them to actually add those next time. Let's aim to stick close to the planned intensities next time to ensure we're not overreaching. Great effort overall, but let's keep an eye on those paces and intensities to optimize your training benefits. All right, cool. And then of course you can just, if you don't like something, if you don't like the way something looks, you can just suggest again, and it'll come up with a slightly different version. And again and again. So you can see this is non-deterministic. So you're not going to get exactly the same response each time, which is good because as a coach, you won't respond exactly the same way each time anyway. So it does have a bit of variety. And of course, the more examples you give it, the closer it'll get to your tone. So we can save that one. And again, that's going to send that off to the client just like it normally would. Now let's jump over to here. So this is a bit of a different example because we actually have some comments already left from the client. So we're just going to see how the AI assistant will respond to an existing comment. So if we look down here, we can see the comment here. Really enjoyed this one. Great to be running pain-free again after a long injury. I might have pushed a little hard, but felt really good and just loved it. Looking forward to getting some more distance, and thanks for all your help. So let's hit reply, and then let's hit suggest. And here we go. So, hey John, great to hear you're enjoying running pain-free again. So, it's directly addressing the last comment. Covered over 21 Ks at average pace of 5:32 per K. Looks like you pushed a bit harder than planned given your perceived exertion of 7 and field score of great. Power intensity was also higher than your threshold. While it's awesome you're feeling good, let's be cautious about pushing too hard too soon. It's important to balance the joy of running with the need to prevent re-injury. Keep listening to your body and let's gradually build up the distance. Keep up the great work and stay mindful of the intensity. So again, it's directly addressing the comment. And remember, even if this is not necessarily how you would answer something like this, all you need to do is add a couple of examples into the customizations of how you would answer a question like this, and then that'll get closer and closer to what you need. And then again, we can suggest again, maybe get a better answer, something you like a little bit better, or a bit of variation. And again, of course, you can edit all this, or you can just get rid of it completely if you don't want to use it. And I'd love to hear your feedback about it as well as you try this out. Even if you don't use these to send them off to your clients, give it a try and let me know what you think, and we'll be trying to improve these over time. And just before I go, I'll show you one more little thing as well, which you might want to use initially before you use these full comments. Is you can just maybe your grammar's not that great, or maybe your spelling's not that great, or maybe you're just in a hurry. You can just say something like, let's just go quickly. Hey John, thanks for the feedback. Glad to hear you are enjoying. Noticing I'm not fixing my spelling mistakes. Just be careful not to overdo it and keep being patient. You've done awesome so far. Let's keep away from injury. All right, and then you can go down here and go improve. So basically it'll take this comment, send it off to the AI, and hopefully fix those spelling mistakes and any grammar. Here we go. Hey John, thanks for the feedback. Glad to hear you enjoying the training. Just be careful not to overdo it and keep being patient. You've done awesome so far, so let's stay smart and keep avoiding any potential injuries. So it's stuck a couple of extra little words in there, fix the grammar, fix the spelling. So that's pretty cool as well. So you can quickly type without having to worry about it too much, without having to do too much editing, and then hit that improve button. So there you go. I think it's pretty cool. It'll be up to you, like how much you want to use it right now. AI is all pretty new, so different coaches will want to utilize it in different ways. But I think what we've done here is struck that balance between generating things, but also keeping it to how you want it as a coach. All right, I'll catch you guys again soon.